Welcome to JWL Sports, where we break down all the best sports clips from around the country. All right, now you're probably wondering, but why would I watch your channel instead of someone else's over theirs? And the real reason is because over there, they don't care about your thoughts, about your views. They don't read the comments. They literally talk trash about you, okay? All of the shows, First Take, First Things First, The Herd, they don't actually respect you as viewers. They talk trash and say that we don't know what we're talking about all the time. Over here, that's not the case, okay? I'm here for discussion. I'm here to build an actual community. So if you think what I'm saying is ridiculous, let me know in the comments below. If you think what I'm saying is awesome, then also please definitely let me know. But, please just, either way, just give this video a thumbs up, get it out there. Let's build a community. Let's have some fun. Let's get into some discussions. Let's get into some arguments and, let's just do something different. So without further ado, let's get to it.
To the NBA, Ja is back. Wins the game for the Grizzlies when everyone knew he was getting the ball. Game's over. Ends up with 34, 6, and 8 on 50% shooting and leads the Grizz back from a 24-point deficit. Here he was after the game. I just love it. All right, Brew, your reaction.
Wow.
He called it the perfect ending, the perfect day, and it was. I mean, that was not only did he score the 34, 8, and 6, as you said, they get the big comeback win. He gets booed in the pregame, booed, some cheers, but a lot of boos. And so on the road, he gets to shut up the opposing team, their fans. And it was his first game-winning buzzer beater, like the first of his career, and he does it in his first game back. I love seeing Nick that, a lot of times when a guy's got to make a personal change, in his things he's doing off the court, you can lose some of that fire. You can lose some of your, exuberance and all that. He came back and was Morant on the court, just like he was before, he got suspended. And Nick, look, maybe I'm reaching too high.
Here we go.
But I think they've got a good chance to get into the postseason. They're now 7-19. I think they're going to go on a run.
So the weird thing is, they're 6 and 8 on the road, so they've got a better record than the Clippers, the Rockets, the Lakers, same as the Warriors. They're 1 and 11 at home, and it was starting to become a joke on social media. It's like, go to the Grizzlies.
All right. Well, the biggest thing that I want to say about this whole I kept receipts thing is, dude, that's his way of saying, like, these people were calling me out. They were saying, negative. Ja, you brought that on yourself. All of the decisions that you were making, you brought on all of these comments, all of this hate, all of the doubts. You brought that on yourself, okay? You're the one that turned yourself into a clown show of an operation, of a clown show of a brand, of just sadness, okay? All of the decisions that you were making, all the things that you were doing were just what lowlifes do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? That's just like, so the fact that that's like even his, response, I kept receipts, even that just shows that you've kind of learned nothing, honestly. Like, I think the thing that you've learned is that you're going to be more careful about your low life activities and who you really actually are, and you're going to maybe play the game maybe more, but I don't know if you're capable of doing that, because the fact that you hit that game winner and rather than just celebrate with your teams, be like, that's what we do, that's what I do, did you miss me, things like that. He just said, I kept receipts, as in, like, I told you so. And it's like, you didn't tell us so. You were suspended because of your actions, because of the violence that you brought into the league, because of the guns, because of all of this type of stuff. You weren't benched because, they thought that you weren't good enough. You didn't have doubters because they said, oh, he's just not good, he can't play. Then I could understand the I kept receipts. But the fact that you're saying I kept receipts in this scenario makes no sense. And honestly, to me, it just highlights that you haven't actually learned any lessons from your suspension. I mean, and it's sad to see because he is a fun player to watch. He's an exciting player to watch. I think the league is better with him. But the truth is that I personally, and this might not be the most popular opinion, is that I want to evolve past rooting for superstars and stars and celebrities who are just like not good people just because they're really good at a sport or they're really good at acting or they're really good at something. I want to root for people who I think are inherently good people. And it's not to say that I think Ja is inherently a bad person, but he's just not. I mean, there's just like people talk about Ja more than we talk about, say, like other people. Think of like Joshua Dobbs' story, or um, yeah, just Joshua Dobbs, right? Like great, awesome, positive story to root for, to cheer for, to really be happy for, right? Ja Morant's and obviously I know it's different sports, but with Ja Morant, it's like you really find yourself saying, "Oh man, I'm really rooting for him. I'm really pulling for him. I'm so happy he did this." Yeah, if he completely turns his life around and actually engages in positive behavior and ends up being a positive person on the court. I mean, how often have you ever seen LeBron James do that? I kept receipts. I kept receipts. Bro, come on. Let's be serious here. Like, what are you doing? I find it embarrassing, honestly, and just sad. If you are the man and you are the king on the court, so then just act like it. Just be it. You don't have to tell people it constantly.
This game for $4. As soon as he shows back up, they're going to play in the Pacers on Thursday. I think that place is going to be alive again. And all of a sudden, you got a good home record. You're okay on the road. Marcus Smart's coming back.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I like the Grizz.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to be the downer here.
Okay.
On a lot of fronts. First of all, let's just do you guys know on stuff like this, I like to just do the math.
The Pelicans.
What?
You're asking for who's not making the playoffs?
No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just, what do we think, Brew and I were talking about it before. I think to make the play-in, you're going to have to be at or above 500. Mm-hmm. Right now, that's,
we know what it was last year?
It was, I'm sure we do. I don't have it in front of me, but it was right there. So say you got to go 42-40. 42-40. They're 7-19. That's 35-21 the rest of the way. That's a 625 win percentage. Do I think they're going to do it?
They've done that over the previous 2 years.
They've done that before, but that's also, we did see last year, they were a substantially different team once Steven Adams went out compared to who they had been. Steven Adams obviously done for the season. So there's that. So A, I think that they are likely going to be on the outside looking in. B, and this is the part where I'm actually going to be the downer. I love watching Ja Morant play basketball. I also don't think Ja Morant's a bad guy. I want to make that clear. I think he has made some really terrible choices, and I think that he has
pretty much
to mature.
what I
I don't put him in the bucket of some guys off-court stuff, and we don't have to get into it. I'm like, oh, you're a bad person who might just be great at a sport. I don't think that about Ja. But I also, once again, wonder how much growth or learning or maturing he's done with the I kept receipts.
For the record, I do not watch these clips before I do this. This is all like live. So the fact that he's saying this is like, see, this is what I'm saying. I make sure that I do not watch these clips first. So my reaction is all authentic and real. So the fact that he's saying this is pretty awesome. I don't agree with Nick Wright on a lot of things, but this is clearly one of them.
Kept receipts about what? What was, I'm just curious, and I'm being serious here, and I know I sound, and sometimes I say things, I'm like, gosh darn, you sound like your dad, and I guess we all do that to a degree, and I don't mean to. But what was the unfair commentary? What was the, Ja Morant got so many levels to me of equivocation or justification for what was undeniably reckless, irresponsible, immature behavior. You know, at the very least, it was that.
Right.
And I just, you know what it echoed to me? It echoed after the first time he got suspended or stepped away, when his dad showed up at the game and they're wearing the redemption t-shirts. And it's like, I am not a huge fan of the, I have overcome the adversity that I created through my own ludicrous actions, and therefore I'm the hero of the story. And so it's a great moment, but I don't necessarily believe in the Grizzlies as a team, and I'm not certain that, like, we're going to have a new and improved Ja Morant. I'm just not.
Well, he's got to understand, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt when he says I've kept receipts, that he was just saying something that's common to say now, right? And
yeah.
I don't know that he was. And you might be right. Like he was, because if that's the case, if you're thinking is right, then it's like, why are you saying this?
He might be responding to some social media stuff that he saw that wasn't on the national media as well.
Very true. I mean, so it could be, but all he has to do is be better off the court. Because on the court, we see the dude is fantastic. And
He's
if he
phenomenal.
can, he should be able to. I don't even see
Yeah, I
how
don't
in the
think
world
it's
he
that
couldn't.
difficult.
No, I don't. Just don't play with guns.
or
Don't play
punch
with
anyone.
guns.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like we have a bad tendency, and I don't want to be this guy today because everyone's seeming celebrating it. So maybe I'm off base. I will admit that, but we have a tendency at times to, when a guy, for reasons totally unrelated to what he's great at, derails what he's great at, and then gets back to being what he's always been, great at the thing he's great at, we're like, oh, things are going to be better. The problem was never whether or not Morant could do what he did on the basketball court last night. It was never that. I didn't question when he comes back, is he still going to be good? Like, I didn't think he was.
Well, the thing that I'll disagree with Nick Wright is that if you get in your own way and then you overcome it, you can be celebrated. And by celebrated, I don't mean that the masses have to celebrate him, but like that can be an accomplishment. Because the truth is, we get, as people, as humans, we get in our own way a lot, right? We make our mistakes. The adversity we face a lot of times is the adversity that we put in front of us ourselves, not always these other external obstacles. So, I would say that if he, overcomes this and really can turn a corner and just be a good person on and off the court, then that is something worth being celebrated, honestly, and that is something that, years from now to be able to look back and be like, hey, that was pretty cool that he messed up so badly, was able to right the ship and, keep things going smoothly. I think that's something that can be commended, Think about people who are drug addicts and stuff like that, right? When they recover and they're in recovery and they get their life on track, like, should we not celebrate them, or should we say, well, it was your fault for being addicted to drugs? It's like, that's a pretty narrow way to look at things. So I agree with what Nick was saying in the beginning, less so now what he's trying to, pretty much. But again, I personally think the I kept receipts, and I know sometimes in sports it's easy just to focus on like one sentence, one line, one moment, but I just don't think it's a good look, like it should have been, I'm back, I never left, here I am, like I get that he's so fired up and he's so excited, game winner, first game back, like I get that, but I kept receipts, I think that's a bad look. But what do you all think? Please definitely let me know in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's free. The likes really help, and subscribing obviously really helps. I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to do something special here. So please, if you can,